Hello, hello, hello.
Testing one, two, three. Is
Well,
this thing on?
my camera
Give
isn't
me.
working. That is always great.
Oh,
All
I
right.
thought I thought literally you were just doing this into the mic, going like testing one, two,
Looks
three.
like I'm picking my
Um,
nose, but
it's, it's-
let me see if I can fix that. A second.
and then
Do-do-do-do-do.
for those of you that are here for the pre-show,
All
this is the
right.
stage where you get to let us know that you can hear us, see our screens, all that fun stuff. Let us know in chat.
First of
Make
all, a
sure that
clap
it's
here.
coming through.
Yay for Measure Summit day 2 of this year. And we have confetti as well. So we have all the goodies. And let us know if you can hear us in the chat. Let's pull this up here. We already have some activity going. Some people are excited to get the party started.
Well, they were all tweaking out the scavenger hunt earlier. That's what I saw in the chat rooms. People sort of comparing answers, helping each other out, which I thought was awesome. So that was cool. So the scavenger hunt
Enrico is
link is in
already
there. We'll
here,
drop that in there too.
one of our speakers today. So you can look forward to his talk. Cody is here, loud and clear. That's always good to hear.
Excellent. Pat's here too. By the way, Pat, I emailed you with your shipping information because you won the first s'mores basket from Northwoods yesterday, and we still have another s'mores basket to give away. But Pat, check your email and then send me those details, and I get it back to you.
Oh, yeah. And Josh says the universe will break if he does the scavenger hunt and his. Yeah. I guess, I don't know. We should put some rules in that the people, the speakers can't win, or the people who are giving prizes. Pat, didn't you win a prize also last year? Wasn't that the thing? Let me know. You're one of the lucky ones, I guess. And this is not.
He's figured out the technique there that Pat's got. Yeah.
And the analytics booster team from Enrico is here as well. That's great. Great to hear. And we have some exciting stuff going on today. And maybe in a second, if I get my screens right, we can take a look at today's agenda and what is going on today. So on our main stage today, we'll go over the agenda. And let's take a look what we have in store for this. Well, this is day 1. We actually want to go to day 2. So this was yesterday. Great talks.
All those sessions, just really quickly, sessions are still unlocked. So if you haven't had a chance to watch those, now is the time. They will start to be locked down later today, but we'll make sure everybody, has plenty of time to watch day 1. But the day 1 sessions for the main stage will be locked down later today. So just a FYI.
Yeah, and if you're interested in those, please go over to the speaker pages. These were yesterday's in the live stream, and today on demand. You can still watch them if you're interested in a topic. But we are gearing up already to Measured Summit Day 2. And we have in store for you, first of all, already Pauls will be talking about Europe's AI Act 5 years into GDPR enforcement, which is obviously privacy AI focused. And Aurelie is always a very reasoning voice, I would say, in the marketers analytics world. So definitely something that you shouldn't miss. Then we have Ton Wessling on looking beyond analytics to get insights to optimize. And Ton is the reasoning voice in CRO and overall a very entertaining fellow. And his presentation definitely will give you some good ideas on how you can improve your website, even though you don't do a regular CRO or testing process, but maybe you should. Then we have Amy Hapton on commanding attention, training stakeholders to act with Looker Studio. And Mercer, you did this interview?
I did, yes. Great. The whole concept is about to get in that report, let them get action and let them go get a win from it without getting stuck mired in the data. So it was a really, really great talk on how to do that, how to think about it, strategies behind that.
And then we have Enrico Pavan on the chat already. If you want to find out, maybe you can tease something out of him. But he has a great talk on GA4, BigQuery, and AI, and how he uses he actually has 2 cases on how he uses in real life, how it's already possible nowadays. Obviously, if you have the right client and can work with them to actually make this happen. But really interesting how you can actually use GA4 data with AI already. So we're looking forward to this one. And Jim Stern, last but not least, what does generative AI mean for marketing analytics?
Best images ever. That's all I'm going to say about that one. Just wait for Jim's talk. It was really cool. And again, it was a whole strategy talk. Like, how do we think about this? How are we going to deal with it? And where are we overhyping some of this, which was kind of nice.
Actually, just an anecdote. We have like a speaker agreement that we send out to our speakers, and Aurélie wrote us back that we should probably change this next time around because it has no mention of AI, and obviously we just asked for our speakers to give us the rights to use their images, right? But not it doesn't specify if you can also put it into a machine and generate some funny pictures out of it.
Yeah,
so
that's the stuff you have to deal with now.
That's something.
Yeah, that's true.
That's something she made us aware of. Thank you for that, and it's really something that. Really cool. You need to think about as well, because I was thinking like, this picture is not so good, or it's the same picture of Simo. Couldn't I make something funny out of it? Him in a superhero costume or so. But yeah, it's something that I haven't dared to yet. Maybe you should ask permission for those ones.
There's a survey question. If Simo was a superhero, which superhero would Simo be? Yes.
And don't take his picture and put him in there because we don't want to get in trouble. So really great talks coming up today. Again, first of all, Aurélie on preparing for Europe's AI Act. Then we have Ton on looking beyond analytics to get insights to optimize. Amy Hepton on training stakeholders to act with Looker Studio. And GA4 BigQuery and AI from Enrico Pavan. And last but not least, again, what does generative AI mean for marketing analytics from Jim Stern? Something to look forward to. But these are not the only talks that you can see today or tomorrow, because we actually have a second stage, and you find that up there in the menu if you go to the second stage menu item. And there we have some cool sessions, and we'll go through just some of them right now, and we'll tease them over the coming days. But you can already go over and check them all out. Maybe there's a topic that interests you. Again, why do we do second stage? It's simply because we have so many great speakers, and it's over 40 this year. So there is too much to pack in, and Mercer and I don't have too much time to live stream. Or we could probably do this for a week. We would need to do a week-long live stream in order to pack all people in. So we have a second stage and a first stage, and the second stage sometimes goes more into depth into some of the topics. Yep. So you don't want to miss out on them. So let's take a sneak peek here at the second stage, and we have...
And all of these second stage are currently unlocked right now, so you can watch them now if you wanted.
We have Neil Barnes
until the end of the conference
on the 5 measurement myths of Google Analytics 4. So GA4 talk, if you're using that tool. Eric is talking about a modern UTM strategy. UTMs are still one of the fundamental concepts that you need to know in order to utilize, well, any kind of marketing tool, really, because they all use UTMs nowadays. But it kind of went in the background with GA4, but it's still super important. So don't miss out on that one. Scott Reed is talking about transforming your data into dollars. Easily leverage your data to grow your e-com business. So if you are doing analytics on an e-com business, maybe that is the talk for you to check out. And Alexander Kurtzel is of Alpwalker, and he is talking about his data collection that he developed with Alpwalker on a new way, really, to get data away from the proprietary data layer that we know from GTM. And it's really cool technology. So check that out. Might be the right use case for you. And we have Charles Rowe on customer journey analysis, something that is still so necessary. And in the how to say this? It's still one of the topics that I find kind of unsatisfying in GA4 to do. It's not so easy, customer journey analysis, and Charles talks about this. over in his second stage talk. So check out these 5 speakers. We have tons more, and we'll show you them in a second as well here. All right, where do we continue?
I have something I could share.
Okay.
And then I'll drop a link in if and that way everybody else can kind of share it or see it as well.
Okay.
But first I'm going to share. Let me go ahead and pull up my little share screen. And at this point, you should be seeing my screen so you can officially share it.
Yep.
All right. This is the official MeasureSummit community survey. So we have that. Let me just sort of bring this back out of the way here. Too many monitors. Okay. So I'm about to drop the link in the chat, but I just want to show everybody that's filled out the attendee survey, the registered attendee survey. This is kind of what the culmination of all of that is. So we can kind of learn a little bit about each other, who's here, how big is the company that we're working for, our primary role, implementation or both in terms of strategy. Like it seems like most of us are doing the heavy lifting here by not siloing. So, everybody's kind of got in charge of everything there. A lot of intermediate individuals here, which is great, and advanced, very, very few beginners. And that's kind of with MeasureSummit. I think it started, we had more beginners, and as MeasureSummit's continued, we're attracting more of the intermediate and advanced users, which is fantastic. Because again, the talks, think about some of these talks that are going on. They're very, specific to certain industries and to certain tools like BigQuery and data joins and everything else. We've got the Windows for the win still around the world. Android just barely eking out iPhone. I'm always, as an Android user, I'm happy to, I know, maybe it's basically the same. I get it, but I'll take the win. New technology. How do people find out about stuff? They search for it. They look on YouTube. That's great for Julian with the Measure School channel. He's got a ton of YouTube out there. Where are we storing the marketing data? So company data lakes and warehouses are now becoming a thing. Actually have been a thing for a while, enterprise level, but are slowly working their way through the measurement world. So we can kind of see that. How they've invested in measurement, what's stopping us from investing in new technology. A lot of times it's the budget. And when we come down, I'll let you kind of go through some of this. But, in terms of the budget, where is our budget? We don't have a whole lot for measurement, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Now, obviously, I think Julie and I, especially when it comes to training, are probably biased on this. But measurement's becoming increasingly complicated, increasingly fast. It's going to need budgets. So I think that's something that we should maybe chat with our team members around and our managers to try to get bigger budgets for this, because it is just required, not just the training, but tools and all the other things that are necessary now to keep measurement going. So we have all of that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that into the chat so you can see that. And I'm being told from Goose that this deserves some confetti, Julian.
Oh.
So I think it does. I love that. Thank you for the upvote. We should totally give some confetti. All the way down it goes. Yay. Very cool. So that is the dashboard. We can kind of see where everybody is, and feel free to use this at your leisure. It should be a set for everybody to be able to view it.
Yeah. Let's see what other people are saying about this one. Nothing really. Cool insights, I guess Gus says.
That was it. Cool insights is good. That's what I think it is. Well, plus you got to look at that for a little bit.
For some reason, my country is not showing on the map. Well,
yeah, that one we can't control. That's just the map widget. But
yeah, I would put it off to statistical significance. Maybe there's some AI in the background of this dashboard. We are black box now. We don't say no. Unexplainably, we might look it up in the data set itself. And thank you so much. If you still want to participate in the survey, where can they do so?
I will put that in the chat as well. So if you are not already in there, go ahead and pop that. There's your answers. You can pop your answers in there.
MeasureSummit.com/survey. So if you're not in there, we'd love for you to check it out and put your data in there. Let's generate some data here and let's make it clean. So
clean data.
We have good data to work with for next time around, and also just to get some insights for us and to share it with you, because you can use that dashboard as well. With that, do you want to do sponsors?
Let's do it.
MeasureSummit.
So first and foremost, yes. Well, actually, I didn't know you were going to go for it. Go for it.
Well, MeasureSummit is not.
Great job.
Wouldn't be possible with our sponsors. Obviously, Listen Layer, the big sponsor of this year. We also had Eleva yesterday. MeasurementMarketing.io and Measure School is also sponsoring my company. So we have a few little videos to show off. First of all, Elevar, really cool tool for anybody on Shopify wanting to improve their measurement. And they have a bunch of tools now available. Formerly come out of just installing Google Tag Manager on Shopify, but now doing so much more around data pipelining and really doing some awesome stuff. And they're so knowledgeable about this. And that's why you should also check out Brad Redding's talk on Shopify in the second stage. Yep. So if you are running on Shopify or have a client on Shopify, don't miss out on that talk. And Elevar has also a little clip here that they wanted us to show. So let's take a look.
Managing your site's conversion data is a pain in the ass. There's plenty of tools out there to help, but they don't make it easy. Want a tip? Make it easy. Trust your data. Scale faster. Get Elevar.
So thank you so much to Elevar for sponsoring this year's Measure Summit. Measure Summit is also brought to you by Measure School. And before we watch my little video here, just really quickly about Measure School. We obviously are all about education, and we have a membership called Measure Masters where we have different courses in it. And I also prepared a little video that I wanted to show you and tell you what Measure Masters is all about. So let's take a look. Okay, I know your head is exploding right now from all that came out of the awesome sessions here at Measure Summit. So much things to implement, so many new ideas, and you might feel a little bit overwhelmed already and don't know where to start. Analytics, after all, is not a race, but a marathon. And if you need a place to deepen your knowledge and continue to build your skills, we here at Measure School are ready to support and guide you. Mastering the fundamentals, continuous learning, and a peer group to support, that's what we think you need on your journey to measure mastery. And that's why we created Measure Masters, our membership for ambitious marketers. Inside of Measure Masters, you will find courses on our favorite measurement tools such as Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics 4, Looker Studio, and technical marketing, built into a curriculum for going from beginner to advanced, with the usual high-quality video content that you know from Measure School. But just learning isn't enough, you also need to apply, and that's why we built in hands-on training challenges for you to go through and implement yourself. And once you are done, we are happy to give you feedback on your work. And if you get stuck, we are here to help you. Our Measure Mentor section connects you to our experts where you can seek help, get advice, and get mentorship for your next career moves. And if you're already an expert and maybe running a successful agency, you will surely appreciate our Master Circle with lots of like-minded Measure geeks that trade tips, help each other out, and share knowledge. So want to find out more? Check out our virtual booth here at Measure Summit and claim your exclusive Measure Summit discount right now. This is only valid during the event, so don't miss out. I'm looking forward to working with you inside of Measure Masters. We got lots to cover, and your data is waiting for you. All right, thank you so much for looking through this for a second. And with that, let's go over, let's just, and all our sponsors, Listen Layer, Elevar, MeasurementMarketing.io, and Measure School. This wouldn't be possible without you and without us, I guess, if we wouldn't be here. Well, with that, let's see what the chat says. And we had some comments already, but we're looking for Sri Lanka on the map. Pat, thanks for the endorsement here on Measure Masters. And yeah, the attendees.
We are also members of Measure Masters that we pay for every year, by the way. So we give Jill, I have to say, it's an incredible program.
Thank you. And again, you can go over as well to the attendee survey at measuresummit.com/survey, and you should be able to put in your data there so we can generate some data, and then you can see it on the community dashboard at measuresummit.com/dashboard. All right. With that, where do we continue? The giveaway?
Let's do giveaways. I love that idea. Let's do an early morning prize.
Well, first of all,
for everybody that was
let's
through.
take a look at what we have in store in the giveaways itself. Why do I have no? Here the giveaway prizes, of course. And just to let you know what can you win at MeasureSummit, this year's MeasureSummit. We have really cool prizes from all over the world, from all kinds of speakers and from all kinds of variations. So just to skip through them really quickly, the new book from Lea Pika, Present Beyond Measure, is something we are going to give out. If you're into data visualization, the Measurement Marketing Academy membership, something that Mercer's team is providing to us. We have a 2-hour training with the one and only Josh Silverbauer. He has a great talk on the second stage on Microsoft Clarity, so check that out as well. We have a narration spot on the famous, now infamous analytics songs produced by Josh Silverbauer, and he is going to let you in on one of those. So a really cool spot. If you have hopefully a good voice, you'll be able to join in on this one and put your voice on a record. A 1-hour power hour with Siobhan Solberg, who is going to talk tomorrow. 1-hour private mentorship with Jim Stern. Jim has been in the industry for more than decades now. When it was just infancy, this whole analytics thing. So he has a lot of experience, and you should definitely want to talk to him about your career. 1 free seat on the online dialogue remote conversion optimization course from Tom Wessling, who's also a speaker today. Something on CRO that you don't want to miss, as well as a consulting hour with him. And then we also have a Measure Master membership provided by Measure School, and several all access passes for MeasureSummit 2023. We get asked the question, what if I already bought the MeasureSummit all access pass? Well, we're just gonna refund you, so you don't have to pay for it, obviously, if you win. And 2 s'mores basket, although there's just one left because we gave one out already. I think Pat is the winner of this one, so maybe he's sitting in front of the screen already.
By the way, he said he won the Measure Stick last year. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, the Measure Stick.
So
where is
that
it?
was the Measure Stick.
It. That was the thing.
Yes.
Because it was in centimeters and meters, and because we use a better system here in
what, you
in
don't
the rest
call it
of
a
the world.
yardstick? What? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And thank you, Northwoods, for the s'mores. They're quickly becoming known for those s'mores baskets.
Yeah, and then also a software license from Analytics Canvas for 12 months of Analytics Canvas. I will say this one, we use Analytics Canvas all the time. We pay for this every single month. It is an absolute must for us as an agency for a lot of our clients, and it's just been a lifesaver in terms of how quickly they can take some of this heavy lifting and SQL queries and everything else and compact that. So this is an incredible value. So Analytics Canvas for that. Thank you. And these are the prizes that we are going to give out. Now, question might be, how can I win? Mercer, do you want to share your screen again and take people through a streak of winning?
A streak of winning, sure. So I'm gonna give me just a second to move over.
Well, you still have your screen open, so just.
I don't think so. I shouldn't.
No.
Nope.
Okay, then I don't know.
Now I should. You should be seeing virtual booths. That's what you should be seeing now.
Yeah, now we see it. Okay.
Excellent. Okay. So I just put the link into the scavenger hunt again. It's MeasureSummit.com/hunt. You only need to enter once. You don't get extra points for entering multiple times. So you don't have to do that because Julian's just doing the number of unique entries by emails, kind of how we're doing it. So make sure your emails are there so we can contact you if you win a prize, obviously, that you can get. So when you do that, all it's going to ask you to do is kind of go through and answer some questions about our virtual booths that are back here. So again, the sponsors with ListenLayer, Elevar, Measure School, MeasureMarketing.io, and then all of the other supporters and sponsors that we have back here as well. So all you'll do is just click into their virtual booths, answer a few quick questions, and then obviously while you're there, take a look around. Like some of these offers are only available during MeasureSummit. So make sure you take advantage of those if it makes sense for you that are back there. And if you haven't checked these out in a little bit, make sure that you do come back here and take a look at them because there's just some amazing tools that are back here. And there's more tools every day when it comes to measurement. And some of these tools that are coming out, I think Analytics Canvas is one of those tools. They have evolved over the years to make things so much easier, including challenges like backing up universal analytics data, right? Things like that. I mean, they can do that sort of stuff. So there's so much that individuals are doing in this community. And I think there's a bit of overwhelm. For me, at least, there's an overwhelm to the tools because there's like new tools every day. In fact, Julian, here's an idea. things like Listen Layer, like don't get me wrong, go to Listen Layer booth, take a look at it, watch their videos. But Listen Layer, we might want to do like a demo of that tool eventually, not now, obviously during the Measure Summit Live, but we bring everybody back, people that are interested in Listen Layer, we can do a demo of that and just have them walk through and answer questions. We can probably do the same thing with Elevar, right? Things like that, people interested in Shopify. So we can do things like that if that's of interest. I know it is for me, because it's just tough to keep up on everything. And there's nothing worse than working with another agency. I guess it's good and bad. I'm working with other agencies and I see what they're doing and they come back and like, oh, that thing you've been spending 5 hours doing, we just hit with this little button now, and it's like, oh, what is that button? Oh, it's this new tool that does this. So that's why these virtual booths are so important, just to stay up to date on what is going on. So that is how we enter to win. And again, you only have to do it once. You do not need to keep doing that. And then we will, the faster that you enter, that's the one thing I would say. So sooner is better, because the more chances you have to win, the earlier that you get your name in the bucket, so to speak. So.
Yeah, and what does this look like when you actually win something? Well, let's try it out right now. Mercer, what prize do we want to give away?
Let's do an all access pass. We'll keep it good here, since everybody, the main event hasn't started. We still have 30 minutes.
Okay.
And Cindy, hang on. This is some controversy. This is happening in the chat room earlier. Cindy, who's in the chat, saying, "Hey, what about this question from Marketing Lens?" The hint, it's earlier in the chat, because it was happening this morning when we were, about 2 hours before the pre-show, we were chatting with people back there. And just read that question, read those answers very carefully, is my hint for that. But I was, at first, I thought the same thing. So just it is not easy. They were tricky on that one, but it was pretty good.
And with that, let me see if I can pull all the names and just pull up the prize as well, so you'll be able to know what we are doing right here. Doing everything on the fly. Here we go. We have a list of everybody who entered the scavenger hunt, and you might recognize your name in here. So it's definitely a longer list than yesterday. So you have a slightly smaller chance to win, but it's not too long. It's not a 10,000. It's better than a lottery. Let's put it this way. So you have your list in here. Your email address is obviously redacted, and we are going to pick a winner right now. For that, I want to play the sound, but what is going on? No, that's the confetti. It was wrong. You want to have... Not yet.
Visualize yourself winning right now, and all the confetti coming down upon you. That's what this is.
No, we need to build a little bit of tension. So let's play a game here. And drum roll, please. The winner of the All Access Pass is...
That's a lot of tension.
Jaka.
Oh, all right, perfect.
Jaka P. And we have even confetti here. You have won an all access pass of Measure Summit. Congratulations. And if you're not in the chat, we'll write you an email and let you know if that you have won, so that you'll be able to join in.
Got it. Yeah, that's perfect. So I will go ahead and email them. And again, we want this to be not everybody. Some of these things you might have to be present with, but most of these prizes is not the case. In fact, I don't think any of these are the case for that. But the only caveat is the Northwoods basket. We do need to that which is the s'mores basket. You need to be in the U.S. That is the only one for that. But I will go ahead and email Jaka.
I think also on the book of Lea Pika, we need to be you need to be on Amazon basically. So the U.S. or Europe would be preferable. Although there's
sent through Amazon. Okay.
There's a lot of Amazon. Should we raffle off? One more. Let's just see where do we have the prizes again.
This is the first time I've seen the chat room helping out the chat room answer questions on Scavenger Hunt. That's how good this Scavenger Hunt was this year. They did not make it easy. That's pretty funny. Just see the chat.
Again, we have still different prizes. What about one book from Lea? This is actually a cool book, $40.
Yes. Oh, we've got 5. Yes, let's do that. We'll give away one of Lea's books.
And just to go over here again, Let's just pull it up. Present beyond measure. Obviously, Leah's Pika also a all-time favorite and all-star MeasureSummit speaker. She wasn't able to make it this year, but she has some. She has a new book out that you can buy on Amazon or wherever you want, and you have here already 3 ratings. It's quite new, and
this book literally just came out. Yeah, it's re-released right now, so this is
so really
timing.
cool. I mean, she's the foremost expert on data visualization and has everything here that you would need. I haven't. Oh, she has even a testimonial from Seth Godin.
I've heard of some of these people. Look at that. Go Leah.
Yeah,
she's amazing, and she's one of the best of MeasureSummits. She's been the last 3 that she was speaking at. Her presentations have always rocked.
Yeah,
clearly because she's all about the design, and I think a lot of people need to think more
and
about
even
that,
here,
because the better design, more useful this information is.
Seymour Haver, Jim Stern, Tim Wilson, Seth Godin, Rand Fishkin. Oh, why am I not in here under Seth Godin? I should give her a testimonial. Come back anytime, Leah. Next year we will be expecting you again. So let's draw a winner of her new book and see who won Present Beyond Measure. And the winner is it Yule? I hope I'm pronouncing this correct. Yule?
Yeah, apologies for that. It's about what I would think too.
In Germany, we have the U with the dots on top, right? And then it would be Yule. Which, anyways, congratulations on the book of Leah Pika. We will email you as well and let you know how to get a hold of that one. With that, we are gearing up. The time is ticking, half an hour left for our first speaker of the evening, of the night, of the mornings, wherever you are watching this from. And we have a great agenda here for you as well. Let me just show you. First of all, we will hear from Aurélie Pauls on preparing for Europe's AI Act 5 years into GDPR enforcement. Let us know right here. I listened to a podcast yesterday, American podcast, and it was a marketing podcast. And they were saying, hey, we here at this podcast, we're not big fans of privacy, as you know. We think it's all a bunch of garbage and makes just our life harder. Are you in the camp of like, privacy is important? Have you changed your mind on it? Is it a topic that you actually pay attention to? Or are you still just in the camp of saying, let me alone, give me back, give me your data. Let us know in the comments, love to hear. And she has some really interesting concept, made me think as well on how I should be using data effectively and also privacy consciously. So that's going to be interesting. One of the great privacy talks, as well as tomorrow we'll hear from Siobhan on privacy by design. And that's going to be also very actionable on that topic. So privacy.
And I have to say, speaking as an American, this is me personally, not for the entire country. I personally love that Europe is putting in these laws and regulations because nobody here has the Constitution for it. And all we're doing is waiting for all of you to figure out and make these rules, and then we will complain about them, and then we'll be like, well, we're gonna do what they're gonna do. Like, we're just gonna do that. And that's what's happening over here. So it's like all of the trends coming out of Europe are slowly filtering their way down through our system. So in the States, we're gonna have this. Like, it's just a matter of, how formalized it gets. Right now we're doing it state by state, with like California, Utah, things like that. But privacy, I think, is just gonna be something that's gonna be incredibly important. I think we need to have it. And we need to figure out how to measure through that, right? So not that we're capturing all this data that's private, we don't have it anymore, but how do you deal with less data every day? So I think that's these talks are great for that.
Yeah. And you just need to really stay up to date with it. Sometimes I'm, when I first wrapped my head around GDPR, it was obviously just my head was spinning, and I kind of came up with the concept for me that was the easiest to understand and how I could rationalize all of this and so on, and the changes that are coming and how I can filter through this because there's so many laws nowadays, and you need to kind of stay up to date to be on the edge, but at the same time, just to be like an ethical marketer, I think in the end, that's what it comes down to. But there's a spectrum, and some people are on the far where it says, hey, I don't really care about privacy. And on the other hand, people are super, super conscious of it and also really adhere to many of the things and have pushed back on things. Yeah.
Yeah, and Pat in chat saying 13 states now in the U.S. have got some sort of version of a privacy law, with more working idea, which means eventually it's going to go federal because it has to with here. It's kind of how it all works. But we're going to base it off what Europe's doing probably. Yeah. It's definitely one of those things.
Jessica says, like it or not, we have to pay attention. That's definitely true.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, Pat says 13 states have passed these laws already. So you can read through that list if you see if you're in there. And then clients want to respect privacy laws, at least here in Europe, and you need to be ready to implement the right solutions. And as Julian says, it's a matter of being ethical as a marketer. So really something that you should...
Ethics and just the skill set, because a lot of this stuff is like, okay, I want to do it, but how do you do it? Because it's, what are the different laws now, and what are the different tools now, and all everything else. So it's a constant battle.
And it's going so much more interesting because with AI, you are pulling data definitely into a machine that you don't know how to handle that data. And Oliver just bought the all access pass. All right, let's do a confetti here for Oliver. Thank you for supporting MeasureSummit and fun with all the great videos and sessions, over 40 sessions that you can watch on your leisure time, even after MeasureSummit, because you now have access to the recordings. And where's my high five button? You're definitely in there. So welcome to the club. And with that, we have other sessions coming up with Ton Wessling, CRO, obviously, Amy Hepton on visualization with Lucas Studio, Eric, Enrico is going to talk about GA4 and AI, which is going to be very interesting and practical as well as Jim Stern is going to talk about how we can be thinking about generative AI, which will be definitely the next thing of... what surprised me about the AI, Mercer, is that the first thing that everybody says, well, all the blue-collar jobs will be replaced by AI, first of all, but robots are just not there yet, right? And now it's
right. Oh, it'll be white collar. Oh yeah.
And now it's white collar.
It's coming for us, man.
ChatGPT is replacing some of us. But what I also thought is like that we as an industry, the analytics and data marketing industry, is primed for, hey, we have all your data, so we are going to build generative AI or AI tools right into your tool. And just look how rudimentary it is still in GA4. It's kind of a joke of like what it can do in terms of what is possible outside of GA4. Maybe Google is holding back on certain fronts and not releasing their AI overlords just yet. But I'm shocked that things like data analysis, answering questions, it is already possible, but you still need to like duct tape everything together. It's not cut and paste easy just yet. So
here's a prediction. I want to give a prediction for MeasureSummit 2024. Is that in 2024 AI is in GA4? Within GA, not the silly little insight section that they give you that says things that you clearly already know, but actual real AI where it says, explain this to me, and it's starting to tell you a story. Very similar, in fact, like Microsoft Clarity already has with some of that stuff. So, which, by the way, make sure we watch that second stage session as well.
From Josh.
Which was Josh, yeah. Make sure Josh is at it. And then we should play Josh's video too.
Just
for those that missed it yesterday, we should have that ready. We'll kind of kick off.
We still have some time. So Mercer already teased it. Let's go first of all, and where did this actually come from? To our social media little dashboard here. It's not pulling up. Let me see where I have it. We have the winner. And if you don't know how you MeasureSummit yet, then check out the social media posts on LinkedIn and the Axis. So this is how Jyot is MeasureSummiting right now. So that's really cool to see. People watching the second stage, I guess. This is the second stage.
Yep. Second stage. That's actually, second stage session with and Tagmate virtual booth. So be sure to check them out.
Natalia is watching the second stage session of Alexander Kürzel. So on Elkwalker.
I love that.
Really cool to see. Is this about MeasureSummit? Long post. Do we have? No, it's not about MeasureSummit. It's just slipped in here.
Silly LinkedIn search.
MeasureSummit
and then hashtag MeasureSummit when you put it in there.
Yeah, that would be good. First off, MeasureSummit is over, says Balatz yesterday, but the good news is that all sessions are still available for watching. The only thing you'll miss in the extra info and some very funny banter in the live chat. So yeah, that's the live show, right? So please go over to LinkedIn, X, and put in how you measure Summit. Show us how you measure Summit. And we have some really cool pictures here. So Anjali shows us how she measures Summits over here. Thank you for the picture. We had more people. Let me see.
I'm actually going to put in the chat too, and for those that are listening, maybe not in the chat room, because I know not everyone that's watching this is in the chat room. But just an FYI, we probably should say this again. If you happen to be watching this and you're not seeing the chat room, in the dashboard, you can just expand it. There's little widgets that'll be on the right-hand side of your screen. You can click on those. One is for the schedule, which will now show up for day 2, and then one is the chat room. So that's sort of how that works.
One other thing that I need to mention is that we are live right now on YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook, and this is just a pre-show to MeasureSummit. You are still eligible to get a free ticket. Just go over to MeasureSummit.com and then register, and you'll be able to see the awesome live chat that we have going on, that we are showing here on screen all the time. And we will cut off the pre-show in about 20 minutes from here when the sessions actually start, and you can only watch them on MeasureSummit.com. So come over here and join the fun and the party and the chat. And obviously see how other people are MeasureSummiting here. Alina is MeasureSummiting on her laptop, as I see. Awesome. This guy, I don't know. He looks a bit crazy. We had, where was the Tesla picture? Oh, this was Juliana Jackson yesterday.
That's one of my favorites.
Then we have cool. Alexander Broke.
That and the cool monitor setups. I like the laptop in the middle. It's great.
This is me MeasureSummiting, and then
that's
my desk versus versus Ryan's desk. Obviously, you can see the difference here. And Josh, as you can see, Josh is watching MeasureSummit, but he has also a lot of different instruments in the background.
The inside of Josh's head on a wall. That's what I think that is. It's like so good.
And when you look at Josh, and Josh is also a passionate musician and opera composer, and he made a MeasureSummit song for us to hype us all up for these sessions. And we want to play a little bit right now.
While you're loading that up, I'm going to put one other thing in the chat, and it's because we've been seeing the chat. It's the first time we've done this, by the way, because it just occurred to us like, hey, we probably should capture this stuff. But there's so many good comments in the chat about how MeasureSummit's raising the bar, how day 1 was so amazing, how this has been so cool, which has been fantastic, and we truly, truly appreciate that. Sometimes those comments don't actually end up in the final feedback at the end of the event, which I get why, because after 3 days, it's like, oh, I'll get to that survey eventually. So with that in mind, we created a very quick, just like leave us a quick review of sort of how we're doing so far. I'm putting that in the chat now, MeasureSummit.com/review. And that will take you to just kind of like how is it so far? It's not the end of it. You're not judging the entire event, but just like, hey, give us those quick little comments. If you wouldn't mind, because it helps us to promote and to share MeasureSummit with other people. So just kind of like, hey, what do you love most so far? What's going on? What are we hitting the mark on? What would you tell somebody else that's thinking about registering for MeasureSummit? And then if we could use that, but it would be super helpful if you could help us out with that. It'd be greatly appreciated. And we just created that. So that's new.
All right. And with that, let's take a look at what Josh created for us. And we're really, truly appreciative of it. And yeah, have fun listening to this one.
Been waiting waiting for forever to leverage these 2 new tags, no errors. Since July 1st, sunset, new era. They say I'm heaven sent with the measurement. I came to measure something. It's time for MeasureSummit. You seen Simo busy tagging up your servers. He came to be of service, got your HOD nervous. Next up is Siobhan with a B, with all secure systems and heightened privacy. It's too much, I'm rapping fast, but then Casper and pass the mic to Vini, the true riff master. Next up is Mr. Julius Ferocious to elevate your data like Wingardium Leviosa. Hey now, and since we're talking about class tricks, it's time for Amy H from Paid Search Magic. Bonsoir, it's Aurélie, and she came to honor thee by speaking about the GDP.
Where we talk about data all day. Cause I'm at MeasureSummit. Now I wanna hear you say MeasureSummit.
And now we're back with AI, it's essential. Call the Top Guns, Jim Stern, he's presidential. Or you can catch me just straight up relaxing, learning NLP with Juliana Jackson. And Christy, my clients are so taxing. I'm attracting, but retention is so lacking. I need to split, it's time to drift. I gotta dip and hire Tom Westling to optimize hits. Or call Enrico, the hostess with the mostest. He came to treble data, all facts and no emotions. Hey yo JJ, I think I got a mayday. Can you help me plan and improve before payday? Mr. Fred Pike, tagging all containers. GDN params, all logic and no brainers. Or Mr. P, let's get a cuppa please. Or call Charles Farina to make my data cleaner. It's time to go, so I take a stage left. Sit back, relax, chat, but let's not forget. Straight from the future, one speech you'll wanna see is Josh Silverbauer, AI and clarity.
Cause I'm at MeasureSummit, where we talk about data all day. Cause I'm at MeasureSummit. Now I wanna hear you say MeasureSummit.
All right, this is definitely a confetti.
That was awesome. every time, I freaking love that. Just jam in the background.
Thank you so much, Josh, for creating this. Maybe you could put or link up to the actual lyrics. There were some great lines in there. Call up JJ, Mayday, to improve before payday or something.
I like Phil. I didn't catch this until I was watching the captions where it was Phil with cuppa.
Yeah.
In the UK, it's always like cuppa this, cuppa that. I was like, I get it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Check out Josh and connect with him on LinkedIn, and he has also the song on LinkedIn, so you can check that out there as well. And then thank you for making that.
Thank you again.
Unofficial song, not approved by us, I think, but could be something that we should do next time again.
The official, totally appreciated it. Freaking rocks. Yes.
Just on the axis as well, we have some How I Measure Summit. Right here we have Jess watching Eric's talk. I think on the second stage we have Juliana again. We have Jess, Jackent 98, Enrico here as well. All right. I think this is the latest. Yeah. And some feedback here. If you have feedback for the speakers and want to reach them, LinkedIn is also, LinkedIn or X is also a good place. Anyways, there was one person who watched MeasureSummit on his Tesla, I think. That was surprising.
Oh, that's right. I saw it, from yesterday. Yep.
Yeah. All right. We are almost at time here, but we want to just make sure you know what's going on after this. If you're watching this on any other social platform than MeasureSummit.com, come over to MeasureSummit, get your free ticket, and you'll be able to watch the session with us. What is coming up is Aurelie Pauls on preparing for Europe's AI Act. Then we have other great sessions from Tom Wessling, Amy Hapton, Enrico, and Jim Stern going through the next 5 hours. So you really 4 hours, 5 hours. So you really have a lot of content here that you can consume. And really share with us on the chat as well. The chat is really the best of Measure Summit, I would say, because there's so much shared in there, and there's so many cool people really just giving tips, helping others out. And we have some speakers back there as well that are already helping out quite a ton. So thank you for that. And just to...
Absolutely. Yeah, and thank you again, Listen Layer, for sponsoring and obviously being part of the Listen Layer chat as well. I know, speaking of Listen Layer chat, so Josh was saying, and I never would have thought about this, but now I'm starting to think like it's part of his, like, if you want to join the company, here's the interview. It's, do you have the skills
Kathy.
And can you sing? So, oh, thank you, Kathy. Look at that. But yeah, so Katie Church, analytics manager, was the voice, was the female voice on that, which was freaking awesome. What talent.
Yeah, and Kathy...
I don't think you and I could do that. I couldn't.
That's true. Well, Kathy, high five to you for buying the All Access Pass. Welcome to the club, and one confetti for you as well. So you have another Measure Summit All Access Pass holder. Hopefully we make you happy with the 40 sessions that you can now watch back there even after Measure Summit is over. And for everybody out there, it's not too late. You can still buy the All Access Pass. It's on event pricing right now, so the price will go up after Measure Summit. But right now, if you find this valuable or you want to wait for the first talk here, then do consider it later on. Now, the chat. Do we have any kind of newcomers here? Anybody who didn't join yesterday and is just,
that's a good question.
Coming in?
Anybody for day two live first timers?
Or everybody's just old, everybody just hanging out.
That's what it is. They get it. They get it. They got the diehards this time. I also want to put in, I'm just going to put in another link to it, is the Measure Summit notes, the crowdsourced notes. So this will take you to our current crowdsourced notes. You can see back there. Charles Frieden has already got there. You can start to see what people are doing. Some are putting screenshots. Some of us, again, are better at taking notes than others. So everyone's back here sort of helping out everybody. And these things will get big. So as the event continues through today, through tomorrow, it'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And everybody can, you obviously have the link to it. So you have all of your notes there as well. So I want to make sure you saw that.
Yeah. So Leo is 2 and on day 2. Welcome, Leo. Alex says all old.
Josh says is just like I never left. That's
never closed the browser.
40 hours and counting. That's a diehard.
And yeah, he's been here for 40 hours. All right, watching the stream on replay, I guess. Or the second stage sessions, which are also very good.
Oh, there you go. Leo's new in day 2. Welcome. That's perfect.
Yeah. Welcome, and we have already a few people online, and we will be ramping up here shortly as the first session approaches. With that, have we forgotten anything for just to prep everybody for the upcoming session?
I think we've got the basics down. So just as a reminder, you can interact with the chat room. You can see the schedule. Also with the little widget that's right above the little chat widget, so you can flip back and forth. When we go into the session pages, I'm going to unlock the main stage sessions as they start. So we start session 1. We'll go ahead and unlock that one for today. Day 1 sessions are currently unlocked. They will start to get locked down and only available for those with all access pass. So if you like day 1 sessions, you want to keep access to them, make sure you do the all access pass. At the end of the event, of course, we're going to lock down everything again, and it'll only be available for all access pass. So take your time to go through the second stage sessions if you've got that, and we'll love to help you out there. And then let's see, we got the crowdsourced notes. We've got our dashboard already out there. And then I think, Cindy's asking, this is a good question. How much time would it take to watch all the live and on-demand sessions?
Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest what, 40 minutes average for every session ish. And something like that. Some a little higher, some a little lower. Like Ahmad's was an hour, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
Ahmad's was amazing.
So I don't do public math, but I don't know about you. If you
I'm going to do it right now.
All right. With a calculator or in your head?
We're using my head with a calculator. How's that?
All right.
So what do we have? Like, I think it's around 40. I want to say it's 44. It's slightly over 40. Let's just say it's 40 sessions, 45 minutes divided by 60. It's only 30 hours.
Doable.
Oh, go Julie. Julie was already there in the chat room. 35 hours. Nailed it. That's exactly right. I think that's exactly right. And we had 72 hours to do that in. So as long as you wanted, that makes total sense. Yeah, it's good. We got plenty of time.
All right.
Cranking out the MeasureSummit.
With that, let's take a short break before we head off to the next session with Aurelie Pauls on, let me see, the Preparing for Europe's AI Act 5 years into GDPR enforcement. And if you want to, you can take a quick bio break. We'll see you back in 5 minutes here when we start the first session. And if you're not watching this on MeasureSummit.com, come over here and watch watch it live with us, because we will be closing down the other streams in a second here as well. So with that, let's go to a quick break and see you on the other side.
As a marketer, you need to prove and improve your results, but your hands are tied with your current data strategy. Everything is completely anonymous. Your data is actually owned by another company, Google. And if you're like most marketers, you base investment decisions on thank you page conversions that have to be rebuilt every 6 months for accuracy. To improve results, you simply need better data, but you've never had access to the right tools. That's why I built ListenLayer.com, a completely new type of marketing data and analytics platform that gives you freedom. Freedom to easily design and automate a centralized conversion strategy. Freedom to send data everywhere that you need,